election isn't a reality TV show.
Hillary Clinton is unfit to be our president.
How do you miss $6 billion? You ran the State Department. $6 billion was either stolen, they don't know. It's gone. $6 billion. If you become president, this country is going to be in some mess, believe me. What happened to the FBI? I don't know. We have a great general, four-star general, today, you read it in all the papers, going to potentially serve 5 years in jail for lying to the FBI. One lie. She's lied hundreds of times. That's really what you should be talking about.
It is a little past 11 p.m. in the east, a little past 8 p.m. out west. Wherever you are, we welcome you back to Newsmax TV's coverage of tonight's third and final presidential debate of 2016. We just saw Donald Trump attacking Hillary Clinton on a few hot-button topics, including her stewardship of the State Department, her email scandal, and the curious lack of concern on the part of the Federal Bureau of Investigation. As we just heard a bit earlier via telephone from Newsmax TV political analyst Dick Morris, one matter of concern, what certainly had some people scratching their heads, at least turning them a bit, was a remark toward the end of tonight's debate that Mr. Trump said he might not necessarily accept the results of the election. What we would ask you to accept is our invitation to call in and let us know what you think about tonight's debate. And you can do so by calling us at 1-877-NEWSMAX. That's 1-877-639-7629. To go more in depth, we're pleased to be joined tonight from Newsmax New York by our own Steve Malzberg. In fact, you see the Steve Malzberg Show weeknights at 7 p.m. Eastern here on Newsmax TV. And also, we have a man who has a way with words and with numbers, pollster John Zogby, who joins us via Skype from Utica, New York. Steve, let me start with you. We are both people who have spent our life communicating ideas. Did Donald Trump get enough across to the American people tonight to be called the victor in this evening's debate?
I don't know. I was a little disappointed. I don't think he was full of life or energy. I think right off the bat he missed a huge opportunity on abortion. Yeah, he brought up partial birth abortion, but he didn't really retort the way someone like you or I, JD, would, who are familiar with this issue and understand that the majority of Americans are on our side on this issue, not on Hillary's side. I thought she ran the table on him on that. He didn't bring up WikiLeaks. It was up to Wallace. Chris Wallace finally brought up WikiLeaks, finally. And there was no mention of Catholics. No mention of so many of the things that these emails have shown. He talked about John Podesta as Podesta, or but didn't say who he was. The uninitiated who are watching this don't know who Podesta is. I just don't think he communicated as well as he did in the second debate. And as far as this not committing to back the results of the election or accept the results of the election, I think he communicated that poorly. What he should have said was, most probably, but let's see what takes place on Election Day. If we have voter fraud or allegations of voter fraud, Hillary has lawyers, I have lawyers, and I'll challenge it if I think something was fishy, just the way Al Gore did not accept the results of the 2000 election and took it to the Supreme Court. But instead he said it differently, and everybody's jumping on him.
Well, the one thing about it, and we've all been in verbal confrontations where we said, gee, I should have said something else. And I was lamenting perhaps he could have turned that to humor, saying, Chris, before I answer that, ladies first. Hillary, since you're going to lose, what are you going to do? Something like that to take the sting out of the moment. But John Zogby, I want to go to you because there's been a sentiment that pretty much these two sides, if you're going to support Hillary, you were there before tonight. If you're going to support Donald Trump, you were there before tonight. Did you see anything tonight that will change some minds? And is that last minute refusal to say I'd abide by the election, is that really the doom that some are forecasting for Donald Trump?
Oh, that was a disaster. That was not only a poor response, it was the wrong response. We have a democracy. I think that Hillary Clinton nailed Donald Trump on the 1987 ad against Ronald Reagan, showing a pattern, and he wasn't able to retort with that. You know, some of it, of course, was the format of the debate. Chris Wallace was pretty tight, you know, in the format. But the night really belonged to Hillary Clinton, and let's face it, she was prepared, she was credible, he got some blows in, but no knockout blows. She probably did herself justice with young women who can make the difference in this election, just as they did at the last minute in 2012. Donald Trump probably made up some of his lost ground after his last couple of weeks, but probably not enough.
Oh, you use that term justice, and I instantly want to respond, why doesn't the Department of Justice really investigate Hillary? But I tell you what, let's bring in someone else who is no stranger to debate, both for political office and on the floor of the United States House of Representatives. My old colleague, former House Republican leader Tom DeLay, joining us tonight via telephone from Texas. Tom, it's good to have you. Your take on what you heard tonight.
Well, for one thing, if you're voting for Trump, you're not voting for an articulate president. I think he did okay, but probably not well enough to expand his base, because he just, if he had just spent 4 hours, because he was told what the issues were going to be, and all you have to do is memorize one sentence for each one of those issues that makes sense. And when I was listening to it, in many of his answers, it was just rambling. It wasn't, at least in his mind, well thought out and prepared. Now, on the other hand, maybe I'm a little biased, but how in the world could anybody vote for Hillary Clinton? Because she, at least to me, appeared to be very well prepared in her liberal leanings. And she is obviously a leftist. She is to the left of Obama's record. And if that's what you want, that's what you're going to get if you vote for Hillary Clinton. So I think a lot of it depends on how Donald Trump handles the next few days or weeks, because I hope to God that his campaign has prepared for a follow-up to the debate. He was horrible in the follow-up in the last debate, and he can support a lot of what he did tonight if he's very well organized in the upcoming few days.
Well, and that's what, let me follow up with you briefly, Tom, and we only have about 45 seconds for this. Look, you and I came from a background running for public office every 2 years. We understood preparation. We understood certain phrases. There is an expectation, as much as I hate to use the term, professional politicians. Trump comes at this from the outside. He turned things upside down in the Republican primaries, beat some very capable, very articulate people. Is tonight, given the disappointment that you very candidly shared with us, there's still time for Trump, is there not, to make up for what you call a lackluster performance? 20 seconds.
Yeah, I think so. If he'll just get on the phrase, if you want the status quo, vote for Hillary. If you want change, I'm the change agent. And that's what he's got to push for the next 3 weeks.
Very good. Tom DeLay via telephone from Texas. We appreciate your perspective. John Zogby, we know there will be numbers you will be sampling and crunching in the days ahead, and we appreciate what you had to say. Steve Malzberg, since I get to share this assignment with you, we're going to have you stick around for more insights and analysis. And wherever you are watching this, we ask you to give us a call at 1-877-NEWSMAX. And also you can log on to our website and let us know who you think won the debate. To do so, vote now at newsmaxpolls.com. There's more ahead as our post-debate coverage continues on Newsmax TV.